Hi guys, welcome back to the reviews channel. So today I'm going to review a very unique G-Shock. This is the G7900 series. So for those of you who are familiar with this style of G-Shock, you will know that this is actually a very functional watch that combines the functions of the G9000 Mudman as well as the G9100 Gulfman series of watches. So what I'm referring to is that it has a dual stopwatch, a low temperature LCD display as well as a tide and moon graph display. So you can see at the top of this watch there is a graph display over here, as well as this circle over here is actually the moon phase digital graph. So this green color, olive green military style G-Shock also has very huge buttons, which is suitable for people who actually operate the watch while wearing their gloves. So it's actually highly functional. So let's take a quick look at some of the functions of this watch as well as the very military inspired aesthetics. So at the home screen, we can see there's the timekeeping mode with the day display as well as the date display, the tide graph as mentioned previously, as well as the moon phase. And you also have this space over here at the top right hand side corner. So this will be the stopwatch indicator for the dual stopwatch that this watch has. So you can see there's a stopwatch 1 indicator here and also a stopwatch 2 indicator. So let's take a look at some of the functions over here. So the first mode will show you the tide graph. So you can actually look at the tide changes across different times of the day. So you can also even change the date if you want to. And I can also toggle with the moon phase. So just press on the adjust button, you can toggle between both. So you can look for the age of the moon at different dates available. So the next mode will be stopwatch 1. So to give you an example of how the stopwatch graph works, I'll just hit the start button. So as you can see, once you hit the start button, it's very small, but at this corner over here in the stopwatch graph, you have the stopwatch 1 indicator over here flashing. So for each rectangular shape, right, it actually shows an time interval of 5 minutes. So it's very small, but you should be able to see this flashing rectangle bar at the stopwatch indicator on the right hand side. So I just keep this stopwatch running so that you can see it even in another mode. So this is the stopwatch 2 indicator. Perhaps this one would be, I'll just hit this stopwatch as well. So you can see also over here there is a rectangular bar that is blinking. So it stands for the first 5 minutes. So you, in a way, you can also monitor the two different stopwatches, even in a different mode. We also have the timer. So this timer function, it is actually a 24 hours timer. You can adjust it. So at 000, it shows that it's a 24-hour stopwatch. So the good thing about this countdown timer is that as you are counting down, you can also still take note of the origin timing. So right now is 16 hours, 1616 hours, which is 4:16 p.m. So you can keep track of the home time while operating this countdown timer. So that's a cool feature to have. We have the alarm, snooze alarm, 1, 2, 3, 4, and plus the snooze alarm, there will be 5 alarms, and also we have the hourly signal with the flash alert. So lastly, we have the world time function, so you can keep track of different time zones in different areas and cities. So for example, now we are looking at Bangkok time. You can also cycle through many different time zones from around the world. So that brings us back to the original home screen timing. So let me just explain to you guys a bit on some of the indicators here. Currently, this watch is set on the mute mode in order to save battery, so you don't hear any watch tones as I was cycling through the modes just now. So you also have auto EL backlight mode, whereby you can tilt this watch and it will light up for you automatically, but that will eat up a lot of battery. We have the snooze indicator, hourly signal indicator, as well as the alarms 1, 2, 3, and 4 over here. So while this watch is highly functional and it's sort of a best of both worlds between the Mudman G9000 and also G9100 Gulfman, it combines the features of these two watches together. One of the drawbacks that this watch have would be that the battery life would be comparatively lower compared to the other two watches. So for example, the Mudman has a 3 years battery life under normal usage. The Gulfman G9100 has a 7 years battery life under normal usage. For this watch, the battery life would only be 2 years as indicated. However, I've owned this watch for more than 2 years and it is still going relatively strong. Another reason is because I don't really use much of its function, and I also set it on mute mode in order to save battery, so I can actually preserve the battery a bit longer. So let's look at the aesthetics of this watch. It is very much military inspired. Apart from the color, just like I mentioned, it has huge buttons for ease of operation while wearing gloves. It also has a very thick watch band, so this is very good for people with larger wrists, and as well as two wrist flaps over here. So you can see this wrist flaps actually helps with the fit of the watch on the wrist itself. So this is to ensure a more comfortable fit as well as a better fitting on the wrist. So now I will just wear this watch so that you guys can see how it fits on my 6.5-inch wrist. So with the flaps, I can actually have a better fit of the watch and also have some ventilation. And this is how it looks like on my 6.5-inch wrist. So this watch doesn't, even though it's a huge watch, but it really fits me really well, and I really love how this watch looks. So in conclusion, I think this watch is a very good watch for the money. You can get this for around $100, and it offers a lot of functionality, and with the very tough construction, you'll be sure that this watch is able to withstand anything you throw at it. So with that, I'll end off this review, and I thank you for tuning in. See you guys.